This World Cup semifinals edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBet. WynnBet is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. For boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBet has what you need to win. Sign up today, bet $100 and get a $100 free bet at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. We're also brought to you by the SGPN Bowl Challenge. $250 cash and a $250 gift card is up for grabs exclusively on the SGPN app.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Long, Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Woo! Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Is it still called soccer?
Yes.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
All right, I'm just checking.
Maybe it's footy. We're
Just doing a little soccer Sean litmus test.
Soccer Sean dialed in. I did that Argentina game was bonkers. Shout out to us. I think that was the one where we gave out an insane number of winning bets because I had Argentina to advance
Check.
as my lock, and then I think you gave out Holland plus a half goals. That hit.
Whoa,
Then I think
what a sweat.
Then I think Billy had
So this,
the
yeah,
game to go to penalties at plus 450, and then Argentina to advance off of penalties plus 900. So it was
the only thing we lost was I also said sprinkle the first goal will be a free kick. It was not a free kick, unfortunately.
Other than that, though, we went on a heater.
Yeah, I mean, we did strongly discuss how it seemed like the best bet was just take the game to go to penalties.
Yeah.
Not really sure who was going to win, but yeah, excellent. And you know that
Morocco winning was that to me was the craziest part, I think, of the semis or the quarterfinals.
I'm pissed we didn't have the double revenge spot against the country that colonized them.
It's true.
Portugal was also involved.
Yes,
in some of that
they've been colonized a lot. They really have to figure out who they're mad.
Morocco has definitely got a lot of revenge spots on their schedule. It's like Belichick and franchises.
Exactly. Okay. Hey, if you're looking to get down on the World Cup, you can do it over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. The British are coming. We'll be joined by the host of the World Cup Gambling Podcast. But of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Bet big, win bigger, spin that parlay wheel, build your own bet for the World Cup. And they have a ton of really fun options in there. And of course, bet $100, get that $100 free bet. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBet. Joining us on the line, the very prestigious host of the World Cup Gambling Podcast, Mr. Malcolm Bamford. What's happening, Malcolm?
Music is preposterous, by the way. I'm not sure what that's meant to be, but good evening, gentlemen. How are you doing? I'm fine, thank you.
Isn't that the sound you guys make when you walk around?
That's my internal monologue is set to that.
I do imagine him just walking around thinking about crumpets. When am I going to have my tea? And then some DGen bets. Well, it's funny because Malcolm also has a very American brain because he's a host of the MLB gambling podcast. So he does have the American pastime that he loves as well as his footy. So and the NFL as well. Malcolm is a true DGen, loves it all, loves getting down on the action. Malcolm, any big takeaways here from the semis? Let's start. Unfortunately, England, it's not coming home for you guys. Apologies. What, Kane missing that kick? Is England out on Harry Kane? Are they mad at him, or is it just like, hey, what are you gonna do?
My opinion is what you're going to do. I think I've said before that I'm not hugely partisan when it comes to England. I was disappointed. I watched my boy, who's 11. He was more disappointed than me. My life went back to normal in about 3 or 4 minutes. It was fine. Like, obviously, it's different if Newcastle get beat. I'm inconsolable for months. When England get beat, like I say, it doesn't usually bother me. What that was my bets. I had the lot, everything on 2-2 draw at 18-1.
Oh
So
man.
at 2-1 with the ball on the penalty spot,
Oh
I'm
no.
rubbing my hands, boys. It was like Scrooge McDuck diving into the pool full of coins. I had the draw. I had 2-2. I had over 3.5 goals, man. I had
Oh
everything.
man.
Just waiting for the net to bulge, and the
You-
ball's still going up.
And
You know what? It reminds me of was the Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl where I was sitting on Seahawks to win the game, or Seahawks with the points, Seahawks money line, and Marshawn Lynch MVP. If they just hand it off to Marshawn Lynch there, he gets his second touchdown. He gets the MVP. I win it all. Instead, Russell Wilson throws an interception.
That's a really good analogy.
Thank you.
Soccer Sean
That's why that's why I had to
get that reference.
Yeah, that's why I had to box you out, Ryan. I saw you trying to say something. I was like, I got to get this. Get this pitch analogy in.
From what I gather, it seems like Harry Kane is a pretty liked guy, so the hate isn't that strong. But I have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. He's also a really good penalty taker. What are you gonna do? Sometimes
it never occurred to me at the time. Sometimes you get a penalty, you think, oh, I don't fancy this much.
Yeah.
But it never occurred to me that Harry Kane would miss. He runs up and he kicks the back of the ball as hard as he can, which I think is a perfectly good technique. When we've seen a lot of other silly steps and silly little run-ups and stuff, I never thought Harry Kane was going to miss, but he really did miss quite spectacularly. Like it was incredible, high, wide, and
we showed the team.
I mean, I've seen people trying to hit us with the math, saying that if only 75% of penalties go in, the chance of you scoring 2 in a game then reduces to 50%, which is bollocks because they're independent events.
Yes.
It was his club goalkeeper in goal for France. Yeah. The French goalkeeper plays for Tottenham as well. So that was another thing where people said maybe he shouldn't have taken it. But you see, I would have said 95 times out of 100 that goes in, and we're not having this conversation. It's just one of those things that happened. And during the game, England did more than enough to win that match. England were the better team for large periods of the game, made enough chances. And all 4 games, for all 4 quarterfinals, were incredible tight margins. We saw 2 go to penalties. We saw last-minute equalisers for the Dutch and for the Croatians. We saw Morocco and Portugal. You couldn't put a cigarette paper between them 2 teams. So this is the stage of the tournament we're at now. Is that very fine margins, like in the inches, to quote, there's a famous quote about this. I think the inches that you need to win are all around you, that kind of thing. And that's just the stage that we're at now. So you're going to win a bet and lose a bet. You're going to win a match and lose a match. Tiniest of margins. And Kane's unlucky. He hasn't been panned so badly. I haven't seen him get an awful lot of stick, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. He hasn't gotten a lot of stick.
Yeah, no, it does seem like he's well liked. I mean, obviously people are pissed, but he's done enough probably over the years that he gets past.
But to Malcolm's point, he also is good at that job. So I mean, sucks when guys miss in the big moment. I mean, I still have a visual of Roberto Baggio sailing it over the bar in the Rose Bowl back in '94 because. The number as even as a youth soccer player, the one thing that you're told, it's like there's different strategies to how to take a kick, but if you miss the goal, you don't give yourself a chance. It's the whole like you 100%. You can't miss a shot you don't take.
And if you don't take it on the goal, you're not taking the shot essentially.
And so there is a sense of like, holy shit, like how could you possibly make that mistake? Because I'd be pissed at like an 11-year-old on my youth soccer team if they when my daughter sends it over that's the worst thing you can do. Like that's the only way you can fail. So he did fail in the worst way possible at the biggest stage in the way that England knew they would. I mean, talk about a narrative choke job of all time.
It did seem like they were known as chokers. They come in, they beat the U.S. Then
it's the Chargers.
Yeah, there was some Chargers vibes.
England is the Chargers. That's a great.
You always seem to be enjoying this just a little bit too much. Just a little bit too much.
Well, hey, I even said to Ryan, 2026. USA, the World Cup's happened in America and Canada and Mexico as well.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hype coming in for that World Cup team. I'm worried that we don't get out of the group stage. Like the USA, especially in like World Cup stuff, it does feel like they do better exceeding expectations. Like for them to, get out of the group stage, hang around with Netherlands, it felt like slightly exceeded expectations. I don't know. Like
it was exactly what we discussed before the tournament. Best case scenario for the U.S. get out of the group, so you show progress in the program, and you can go, like get the momentum of the excitement train going for 2026, while also not being good enough to definitely retain the coach that everyone fucking hates. So kind of was a perfect storm, honestly. If you were writing the book on what they needed to do, they did exactly that. And they lost to a team that everyone would say, "Hey, you know what? Netherlands, they're a well put together international squad that's going to make you pay when you let down," and that's exactly what they did. So,
all right,
yeah. Look, fuck. We can't be. We don't have to like England, Malcolm. We like you more than we like England. Fine. I'm just saying.
Absolutely fine.
I was gonna say something negative about the Queen, but you can't speak ill of the dead. I mean, she's already moved on.
Yeah, and that tragic magic ended on the hands of the fucking French, of all people.
All right, let's get to the games. We got a good one here. Argentina, Croatia. Of course, Croatia coming in as that scrappy dog. They made a run to the finals last World Cup. Can they do it again? The numbers for regular time here: -115 for Argentina, +238 on the draw, and then Croatia +380 as the on the money line there. And as far as to advance, I'm seeing. Oh, I'm not seeing that yet. I don't know.
-250 in Argentina.
Okay.
And 2-1 on Croatia to qualify.
All right. So what are we doing here? I mean, it does seem like Argentina is the much better team, but obviously they had that really long game, took it to penalties. I think that was an emotional game, not only physically draining, but I feel like emotionally draining. But you could make the same argument maybe for
back-to-back times for Croatia.
Yeah, but Croatia also kind of dealing with similar stuff here. Malcolm, what's your handicap on this match?
First thing to say about Croatia is they absolutely punch above their weight in terms of the size of the country and the population of the country. I think 6 million people. Bear in mind, there's like 65 million people on this island that I'm sitting on. And ever since they gained independence in '98, they've just gone through the gears and they've started qualifying. They reached quarterfinals. They reached the final last time. They beat England in the semis. Is it 7 of 8 or 8 of 9 of their last knockout games have all gone to extra time, which is a quite incredible stat, really. 7 of the last 8, in fact, have gone to extra time, so they never do it easily. My concern with Croatia is I'm kind of torn between what my eyes tell me and the actual data and the results, because what my eyes tell me is they're a little bit old, they're not very exciting, and they're never going to score. But then you look at the paper, and they always get away with it. So, like, which side of the fence do you want to come down upon? Like, I think they've pushed their luck once too often. Even in this tournament, they haven't been very good. They smashed Canada. If you take that as an outlier, everyone smashed Canada. They haven't scored a goal. Like, they got a 1-1 with Japan, went through on penalties. They failed to score against Belgium. They failed to score against Morocco. They failed to score against Brazil in 90 minutes. Scored in the 117th minute with their only shot on target, which was a deflection. They just never ever look like they're going to score. And these old legs have got to go to the well once more. They've played 2 extra time games in the last week. That game finished on Friday, relatively late. We're kicking off again on Tuesday. I think the game we just saw between Argentina and the Netherlands is a really good comp for this game between Argentina and Croatia. It's pretty much the same game. Like, Croatia and the Netherlands are both kind of A1 standard European teams. So they're not the elite, but they're just a little bit, they're sort of the next level down. Your sort of level European teams. And frankly, I don't know how Argentina just didn't close that out at 2-0. Argentina were the better team. They got 2-0 ahead. I took them on the money line. My local book pays out when you go 2-0 up. So I was delighted about that. That was the first break.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And then the Dutch went really old school. The Dutch invented total football back in 1974, whatever it was, Johan Cruyff. Everyone passing the ball about. It's all lovely and silky and smooth and sexy. What they did on Friday was put 2 6'4" lumps up front and just smash big diagonal balls to them. It was great. It was like watching like English 3rd division football. And it worked. They somehow got back into the game. And that free kick at the end was absolutely wild that the Dutch pulled off. I just think this is a really very similar. We've just watched this game. We've just watched Argentina be 2-0 up on the Dutch with 8 minutes to go, somehow blew it. I don't think they're going to blow it again. I don't think Croatia can score enough goals. And I think their legs are just going to be a little bit tired. Look at Modric, the best player, is 37 now. Perisic is getting on. The lad up top, Kramaric, doesn't look he's going to score a goal. I think Argentina in 90 minutes is a really, really good price. Around about, what, 5 to 6? I think you said minus 115 there, Sean. I wouldn't shy away from taking Argentina on the handicap as well. Minus 1.5 is at a price of plus 245, so around about 5 to 2. Because I think Croatia will have to go for it. If Argentina is sitting 1-0 up, Croatia will go for it. Argentina can pick them off late on the break, get a late goal, 87th minute, make it 2-0, break the hearts and cash those over. So as much as Croatia have outperformed where they should be in the pecking order, for me, it has to be Argentina.
Oh boy. I mean, because I feel like you highlighted the size, the Netherlands, like doesn't Croatia give them the same type of problems? The same like thing that allowed the Dutch to get back in the game with size and just smashing the ball up into the box. Croatia seems to know what they want to do. As much as everything Malcolm said makes a lot of sense, Croatia seems like they're the team that knows how to play tournament football, Sean. They have that proverbial horseshoe up their ass. And I like the idea of playing the draw on this one. Fuck it. They hunker down. Look, if you're less talented than the other team, what are you gonna do?
Park the bus. Put that brake on.
Make it a 30-minute game. Make it a 30-minute game. See what happens. I will say
I'm with
them
Malcolm,
coming back and scoring on Brazil was impressive because I think 0.0% of people thought that was going to happen. So this team, they can still get it. What would they say? They can still get the job done when called upon, Sean. Yeah, I'm not fading As I watched that Croatia team, I was like, God damn, I love this team. I love the heart.
They are a fun team. I mean, Malcolm, have you watched that documentary?
I want Messi to win too, though.
Yeah, have you watched that? Well, and I have my Argentina future. Malcolm, have you watched that documentary Captains on Netflix? They follow a bunch of like soccer captains trying to qualify for the World Cup, and they actually have the captain of Croatia. It was a fun story to watch. Unfortunately, I think the fairy tale ends here. I like Argentina to get it done on the money line, and maybe even Argentina to a clean sheet. I think it's either 2-1, 1-0, 1-0.
So you're both on minus 115 Argentina.
I'm on minus 115 on Argentina. I'm not going to go as crazy as Malcolm is and toss in the minus 1.5. I like it, but to me, the minus 115 is just calling my name here, and maybe it's because I picked them to win. I'm biased here, but I like Argentina in 90. What do any of these other side bets you like, Malcolm? I know you've been playing the yellow card market.
You want to know what I like?
Fun stuff. Sure.
Draw plus 240. Give me some juice. You want to know what else I like? Game goes to penalties plus 450.
Wow.
Oh my God. Well, this is Croatia has a plan and they've executed the plan twice in a row. I mean, to Malcolm's point, they've executed the plan 4 out of 5 games flawlessly. Basically 0-0 ties through 90 minutes. 4 out of 5.
Going back beyond that, like is it 7 out of their last 8 knockout games have gone to extra time, Ryan? So you're 7 for 8 and you're getting a plus 240 price. The data is absolutely on your side.
Yes, thank you.
What I'm taking here is my attitude. I just can't believe they can get away with it again.
Yeah.
They have 1 shot on target against Brazil in 2 hours. That is fine. 2 hours, 1 shot on target, took a deflection, goes in the bottom corner. They can't get away with it again. And when they do get away with it again, tomorrow night, I'll be sitting here saying, fucking Ryan. And it'll be obvious. Like, it'll be absolute. When they equalise at the 87th minute, it'll be so obvious to everyone. But I just can't have them getting away with it again. I just think Argentina are a better team. And over 90 minutes, they should beat them. And when they don't, it will be really obvious.
Now, Malcolm, do you like any of the other like kind of crazy props you have as far as corner kicks? I know you've been playing the yellow card over unders a bunch. Those have been fun. Any other side bets for this game that you like?
Not in this game. I have got in the next game, the Morocco-France game, Sean. So if you hold that thought, I was gonna call them apex restarts, which I think you like the term in America. Is that corner kicks? Is that?
Yes.
I've heard that term used a lot.
Corner kicks, yeah.
But I've got got some corner kick props to talk about Morocco v France. But no, we're keeping this really simple. Argentina, better team wins. Bosh, we'll get in, we'll get out with our money.
All right.
Personally, because if you think Croatia is going to park the bus, Argentina over 4.5 corner kicks, Sean. Maybe something you might be interested in. Kind of a time of possession angle almost. You're smashing the attacking zone real quick, Sean. Before you move on to the next game, Argentina we know opened the tournament. One of the favorites, plus 650 to win it all. Croatia, 50 to 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Long shot dog. Should have thrown them in there.
If you have a ticket for Croatia, please
tweet us.
Reach out. Yeah, I want to sweat that with you.
All right, before we get to the Croatia game, shout out to Babbel. That's right. This holiday season, if you're looking for a unique gift that inspires curiosity, travel, and culture, give yourself the gift of Babbel. Babbel is the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Thanks to Babbel's addictively fun and easy bite-sized language lessons, you'll be able to discover the wonder that comes with learning a new language. I've been brushing up on my Spanish, my Espanol, learning a ton of Spanish. I like to use it down in Costa Rica. So again, I think I'm going to get my parents this as well. They like to go down and visit Costa Rica. Easy holiday gift. Highly recommend it. And with Babbel, you only need 10 minutes to complete a lesson. You can start having real life conversations in a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Other language learning apps use AI for the lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 150 language experts and voiced by real native speakers, not computers. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent, something I definitely need. Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/SGP. That's BABBEL.com/SGP for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. Second game, we got the second semi. They're going to be all fired up on the pitch as we got this next game should be pretty good. We'll see. France is -185. Draw is +295. Morocco, the team that no one believed in, +625. Does the fantasy run for Morocco end here with France, Malcolm?
I'm not convinced by France at all, really. They were second best against England the other night. There's no two ways about it. They've got the stardust. They've got the difference maker in Kylian Mbappe. He is 75% of what France do. He didn't actually play very well the other night. England did a job on him. Our right back Kyle Walker played really well. If you take him out the team, it puts a huge hole in what France are capable of. They haven't kept a clean sheet yet in this tournament. They've conceded 1 goal in every game. I mean, it should have been more. The XG, the expected goals stat for that England game, England 2.54 and France 1.21. So England were effectively expected to score twice as many goals as France in that game. Morocco have been the best story by far of this tournament. The Atlas Lions, great nickname, and they have executed perfectly. Like I was saying about Croatia, they've kept clean sheets against Croatia, Belgium, Spain, Portugal. 6.5 hours of football, just a long time to stop them blokes scoring. 6.5 hours. You know, if you set that challenge, they conceded 1 goal, which was a huge deflected own goal against Canada. So I don't think everything kind of points towards the unders here, but the books have got that under control. Under 2.5 is at -150. That's too short. I think as a starting point, what I'll often do in football matches is get my correct score, what I think the correct score is going to be, and then reverse engineer it to see kind of what shaped holes it fits into. So I've got 1-1 as my starting point here. That's 7-1, which takes into account the draw at +275. Both teams to score at 5-4. At +125. So like we say, Morocco haven't scored many goals, but France haven't kept a clean sheet. My main bet here, and this paid last game, is for Morocco to score exactly 1 goal at a price of +160. It gives you the safety net of if France beat them, if France are better than them and they beat them 2-1 or 3-1, you've got that safety net. And also it fits with a couple of game scripts. For example, the game stays at 0-0, then Morocco go and pinch it, a little bit like they did against Portugal with that 1-0 win. Or if France are 1-0 up and Morocco then have to come out. They haven't been forced out yet this tournament. They've been allowed to sit back because no one's got in front of them. If France are in front, then we'll have to see what Morocco have got. And they have got some good attacking players. Ziyech, the Arsenal player, Sofiane Boufal used to play at Southampton. The two fullbacks are really good. Mizraoui, the lad on the other side, Ashraf Hakimi from PSG. And then Nordin Amrabat has been an absolute behemoth in the middle of the park. He's been a man mountain, a real thou shalt not pass mentality from him. So maybe 1-1, and I think we can see some extra time shenanigans here. France are too short. You can't back France. It's not a working man's price. I wouldn't fancy Morocco outright. So, yeah, the draw, we'll start with 1-1, take the draw, but Morocco to score exactly one goal with a little bit of a safety net built in. 60.
So, in watching the game, it seemed pretty clear to me. Like, I don't know if it was, we definitely have been talking about how Mbappe is like a fucking weirdo. He's Russell Wilson. He's way into himself. I've now watched a bunch of stuff on YouTube that highlights like his level of narcissism as it relates to two of his teammates, Neymar and Messi, and how much this guy is just he is the guy that is into himself and nothing else. And when I watched that England game, it was insanely easy to see how they took him out of the game. One, like Malcolm said, Kyle Walker's a good player, but it was like it wasn't a complex scheme. They just had someone marking him the entire time, and they constantly attacked his side of the field. It seems like Morocco, a team that's had a really they've had a plan for every game, is going to be just fine with this.
I love Morocco. And not only do I like Morocco, I like fading France after. To Malcolm's point, they outscored their expected goal difference, so they kind of got fortunate in getting that win over.
They beat those
England.
English pricks,
and yeah, there's a rivalry between. This is just setting up perfectly. We see this all the time in college football. You beat your rival in a game maybe you shouldn't have won, and then you're playing a lesser opponent the next week with the look ahead spot to the championship game. They will know their opponent when they play this game on Wednesday, 11 a.m. Pacific. So I think they'll all already be looking ahead to that championship game. And I love Morocco here. I'm taking Morocco to win in 90 at plus 650. And I'm taking
in 90 plus 650
in 90 and plus 650.
Oh,
and then also to advance at plus 350. So
okay.
Do a half unit on each.
Well, you're spreading units now, huh?
Or I mean, obviously, I'm actually going to bet one unit on both. But if you need that,
what was the advance price?
Plus 350.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to play the draw here at plus 300. And real quick, Sean, worth noting that France occupied parts of Morocco for more than 4 decades.
I mean, Morocco's just going on a revenge tour, Ryan. We talk about revenge tours all the time. Everyone that's conquered Morocco, they're going back and beating them.
Until gaining their independence in 1956, the occupation saw several launched bids for independence. This is a scrappy bunch.
No one believes
they
them.
will have a plan.
Cue the Rocky music, Morocco.
Yeah,
shocking the world. I think they'll get destroyed in the final, but I think this is their final.
Well, hold on.
This is their Super Bowl.
If they fade, I know you're on Argentina, but there is a chance we see a revenge of a Group F matchup, Croatia and Morocco in the World Cup final.
So what is them to win it all, Ryan?
I don't have. Well, real quick, updated odds. I'll pull up in a second. Morocco pre-tournament.
10 to 1.
10 to 1. Morocco pre-tournament was 200 to 1.
Oh my God!
If you have a Morocco ticket, please let us know. It's funny. We have 2 of the favorites, France and Argentina, and then 2 absolute dogs. Yeah, I'm on the draw for the same reasons. I think the plan is to get to extra time. Again, when you're not the more talented team, what do you have to do? Well, you reduce the variance, make it a 30-minute game. Okay, reduce the variance, make it a shootout. I think, or increase the variance. Sorry. I think 100% Morocco's plan is to get this to extra time. That's the plan. So I liked some of what you guys were saying, but I disagree. I'm on the draw.
You're on the draw.
I like the low scoring aspect.
Yeah, that was my pick, Ryan. The draw. I think 1-1 and extra time. 1-1 at 7 to 1, and but the draw at 11 to 4 plus 275. Man, that's a very price. And you talk about familiarity. So the right back for Morocco, Achraf Hakimi, is the right back for PSG. He faces Kylian Mbappe every day in training. He's seen all his tricks a million times. And just while you're talking about cultural stuff there, just about this entire French squad loaded with North Africans, and it has been for 25 or 30 years. The star player, Zinedine Zidane, is Algerian, born in Algeria. Didier Drogba, Ivory Coast. A lot of North Africa, Morocco, Algeria, Egypt, that kind of neck of the woods, because it's a boat trip across the water, a little bit like Spain v Morocco was last week. We talked about Portugal and stuff. So there's a lot of familiarity in this. These two, a lot of these Moroccan players play in the French leagues, maybe a little bit further down, but France won't hold any fears for Morocco at all.
Oh boy,
love it. Let's go. I'm fired up for Morocco, Ryan. We're gonna be in Vegas, so I'll be watching in the Wynn Sportsbook.
Are both games on? Oh no, one game is that's the other.
One game's Tuesday. Morocco's on Wednesday.
I gotta get a draw parlay in there.
draw parlay.
We only have a few more opportunities.
I know
for the
to get
parlay.
excited about draw. Myron Kidd in the YouTube chat saying, I love revenge against colonizers spots in sports. Dylan saying he's really enjoying Malcolm's reverse engineering.
Yes. And
what else do we got here? Got Patrick Fisher suggesting the refs are also take the under unless the refs are on the over.
That has to be part of the 2026 strategy for the U.S. soccer team, is figure out how to get the bribe done. Like hire the guy that Duke used, or hire the Bama
bag
guy.
Dropping.
Just get the guy who can drop the bag.
I don't know, Ryan. These FIFA people, they have the utmost integrity and standards. I couldn't imagine them accepting money to affect an outcome. Not FIFA.
You want to meet the Tiger King?
Malcolm, you mentioned that you had some props you like, some more exotic stuff in this game. What do you got for some? Give us like a DGen bet, something get real crazy. And then I know the axis kicks, you called them.
Apex restart, Sean. Come on. This is your language I'm talking here. So,
all right.
It was corners here. Morocco, they don't attack, which makes it quite tough for them to get a corner. So in this tournament, they got 3 against Portugal, 0 v Spain, 2 v Canada, 1 v Belgium, 0 v Croatia. So they're not contributing an awful lot. France, Kylian Mbappe plays on the left wing, but he's right-footed. What he does is he cuts inside. How you win corners in soccer is you bomb down the wing, you whip a cross in, someone puts the cross out for a corner. And Mbappe just comes inside on his right foot and gets a shot off. That's his job. So France only had 2 corners against England the other night. They had quite a few against Tunisia, but that was a dead rubber. They played a complete reserve team against that. So the line is at 9. There's probably a 9.5 somewhere, if you can find an Asian line. So the under is -111, but if you can ladder them, we've talked a little bit about laddering stuff down, maybe split a unit up between under 9, then you get under 8 at +162, you get under 7 at +275, or you get it right on the number. So exactly 9 corners is +650. Exactly 8 corners +650.
Now that feels like a DJ bet.
Yeah, that's the DJ bet. Exactly 7 +750. So maybe you could play all 3 of them, and it kind of pays out 1 +150 across the 3. But Morocco are just going to sit. They're not going to try. In France, are going to give the ball to Mbappe, who will then come in field. So I think we're on safe ground there with the corners bet. So yeah, that would be my play.
All right, I like it. Yeah, Ryan, so you're on draw for this game. Do you want to decide? Do you want to throw out a play for who advances or no? You're just a draw man. Just like to see 2 teams having fun.
I would say that I'll take draw for both games. I'll take penalties +450 for both games. And I'll say we get Messi versus Morocco, and I'll have to do some research on the relationship between Argentina and Morocco in the history of the world.
Yeah, like I said, I'm on Morocco in 90, Morocco to advance +650, +350, and then Argentina in 90.
And it's really a personal. Like I visited France. Really, just of all the countries I've visited, it's not a super long list, but it's not a short list. The French people were the biggest assholes. So I would love.
They live up to their reputation.
Honestly,
everyone says that.
When I saw the guy there was an interview on American television between a journalist from Morocco and a player from Morocco, where the journalist was very excited just to be like, "Man, we won, yeah!" And he asked the player from Morocco, he's like, "What's the story with this team? Like, what's the secret? How are you guys able to do this?" And he goes, all I saw was that dog guy going, "This guy, dog," because he's just like, "Next man up." Yeah, bro. It was almost like he had like a like kind of like that Glendale Armenian bro. He was just like, "Next man up, bro. Everyone's working hard, bro." Like it was just he's like, it doesn't matter who plays. Like we all are. They have it. They have the chemistry. So I kind of 10-1 Morocco win it all.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But it starts with them advancing. So
Morocco to win the World Cup final in a penalty shootout. Find me that prop. I'm betting on it right now.
All right, that sounds like a true.
#Legends only.
I always enjoy chatting with our fellow across the pond, Malcolm Bamford. Make sure you follow him on Twitter @Mal_B_sports. You know him from the MLB Gambling Podcast, the World Cup Gambling Podcast. If you have not subscribed already, tons of in-depth World Cup talk, little barbecue and talk.
Also worth noting, the show isn't going to end in a couple days.
No, so we got more stuff coming with Malcolm. So stay tuned. Subscribe over there. And as always, toss us a rating and review over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Always appreciate that. Make sure you enter the College Football Bowl contest. $250 up for grabs and a $250 gift card.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
I love the suggestion from Flat Earth Oracle in the YouTube chat. Going to parlay both draws with the Cardinals and the over tonight.
Kramer, let it ride.